this is you know what I'm saying? This is dope. And this shows you how much different Caitlin Clark is from all of the other athletes. I just got to be, real with this one. It says respect pours in for Caitlin Clark after $300,000 announcement. Before any Indiana Fever game kicks off, you will see Caitlin Clark standing in front of a pool.
Okay, so while the entire WNBA is literally on the verge of imploding mink, and I mean facilities shutting down, lockouts happening, players walking away from the table, Caitlin Clark just dropped $300,000 to feed families across the Midwest. You're probably thinking this is just another celebrity charity story, but hold up. What blew my mind was the timing of this. Because while everyone's fighting over contracts and threatening to strike, she's out here quietly building something that's gonna outlast all this drama. And get this, Nen, the way she's doing it is completely different from every other athlete. Let me break this down for you.
Commissioner Cathy Engelbert is granting the ladies a 30-day extension to figure out this CBA negotiation deal. Now, from my understanding and what I heard is they have to accept this deal that Cathy is laying out for them. And that deal is to basically continue negotiation like it is. Won't be no shutdown, won't be no lockout.
So here's where it gets crazy. Commissioner Cathy Engelbert is literally giving players a 30-day extension to figure out this CBA negotiation, and they have 48 hours to accept or the whole league shuts down. Facilities closed, teams locked out, the entire 2026 season potentially gone. Meanwhile, Caitlin's foundation is partnering with Hy-Vee grocery stores, asking customers one simple question: would you like to round up your purchase? That's it, just round up your grocery bill. And you know what's insane? That tiny question just generated 3 million meals. 3 million meals. While the league's fighting over money, she figured out how to move money in a way that actually changes lives. But here's the kicker. This isn't even about the money itself. It's about what this reveals about her entire strategy.
Interacting is one of the quickest ways to inspire the younger generation to chase their dreams, but expression is not enough. With Caitlin Clark Foundation, she is ensuring the ones in need get opportunities, and now her organization has revealed another big news announcement. Now, we also know the current state of our country, so whatever Caitlin Clark is doing, this is major, because we know the things that's dealing with the food stamps and SNAP benefits and, several things.
Did you catch that? Interacting is one of the quickest ways to inspire the younger generation. See, most athletes treat charity like a transaction. Cut a check, take a photo, post it on Instagram, move on. But Caitlin's doing something completely different. Before every Fever game, she's standing in front of pools of kids signing merch, taking photos, making them feel seen. After every game, win or lose, she does it all over again. That's not charity, that's relationship building. And once you see this pattern, you can't unsee it, because every single move her foundation makes follows the same blueprint: direct impact, local focus, measurable results. The $300,000 to Feeding America, that's just one piece. In January 2024, her foundation surprised school kids with Nike backpacks, then gave away 22,000 books through Scholastic, then partnered with Musco Lighting to donate a mini soccer pitch to Weeks Middle School. You're starting to see it now, right?
But let's finish reading this. It said, would you like to round up your purchase? The Caitlin Clark Foundation official Instagram posted. It's a small question, but it makes a big difference. Thanks to Hy-Vee shoppers, we were able to donate $300,000 to local food banks, man. That's over 3 million nutrition meals. Back in March, the Caitlin Clark Foundation partnered with Hy-Vee, one of the brands.
Okay, but here's what that actually means. When Caitlin says nutrition is very important to children's growth and well-being and has been instrumental to my success as an athlete, she's not reading from a PR script. She's connecting her own journey to the kids she's helping. This is classic psychology. People don't remember what you give them. They remember how you made them feel. And right now, in March 2025, with federal food stamp programs getting cut, SNAP benefits reduced, families struggling harder than they have in years, her timing is absolutely perfect. Not because she planned it that way, but because she built a system that responds to real needs in real time. The Hy-Vee partnership started back in March 2022 when she became one of their biggest ambassadors. 3 years later, that relationship just just delivered 3 million meals. That's not luck. That's strategic relationship building, paying off when it matters most.
Like if you guys know me, like here in St. Louis, or you guys like been to one of my stores or something, just shout out to you guys, you know, if you ever donated. But I am big on that, and I'm big on people doing stuff like this because, you know, you will never know what type of inspiration that might spark for them to want to, you know what I'm saying, especially those kids, people with kids to want to do better, stuff like that, guys. Like I am, and like,
listen to how passionate that is. I live here in St. Louis, and it's a lot of struggling families. It's a lot of people that go without. You can hear it in his voice. This isn't abstract. This is real people in real communities facing real hunger. And get this, the Caitlin Clark Foundation isn't operating in Los Angeles or New York or Miami, where most celebrity foundations set up shop. It's focused on the Midwest, Iowa, Indiana, Missouri, the places that raised her, the communities that supported her before she was famous. There's something everyone missed about this approach. When you focus on a specific region instead of trying to help everyone everywhere, your impact becomes exponential because those Hy-Vee customers rounding up their purchases, they're shopping in the same communities that receive the meals. They can literally see their donations working. That creates a feedback loop that sustains itself. Meanwhile, the WNBA's negotiation drama is playing out on a national stage with everyone pointing fingers, and Caitlin's building grassroots infrastructure that's gonna outlast whatever happens with that CBA.
Been instrumental to my success as an athlete. Caitlin said about the initiative, by providing meals to families in need, we can help make sure each child has the energy they need to succeed. Founded back in 2023, the Caitlin Clark Foundation aims to improve the lives of youth in their communities through education, nutrition, and sports. So far, it has already made massive impact on many kids' education.
Founding back in 2023, the Caitlin Clark Foundation aims to improve the lives of youth in their communities through education, nutrition, and sports. Okay, notice the pattern here. 3 pillars: education, the backpacks and books; nutrition, the food bank partnerships; sports, the soccer pitch donation. This isn't random acts of kindness. This is a comprehensive youth development strategy disguised as charity. And here's what's even more insane. She founded this in 2023, 2 years ago. Before she was drafted, before the WNBA rookie season, before the endorsement deals exploded, before she became the most recognizable face in women's basketball. She built the foundation when she had less money, less influence, less platform. Why? Because this was never about capitalizing on fame. This was about creating lasting infrastructure. Most athletes wait until they're established to start foundations. Caitlin started hers while still in college and then scaled it as her platform grew.
Caitlin Clark Instagram, and if you guys have not done so, give it a follow. This is where they posted about the Hy-Vee donation. Here you go, right here. $300,000, bro. I believe that's Caitlin Clark's brother there with the check in hand. With the check in hand, dog. Don't talk about it, be about it. I'm one of them type of people. Don't say what you're gonna do. Put your money where your mouth is. Caitlin just did. Guys, get down in the
Now connect the dots. First, she builds the foundation in 2023 while at Iowa, then partners with Hy-Vee in her ambassador role, then gets drafted to Indiana in 2024, bringing her platform to a new state. Then her rookie season explodes, drawing massive attention to women's basketball. Then her endorsement deals skyrocket, giving her more resources. And now, in 2025, while the league's infrastructure is literally threatening to collapse under CBA negotiations, her foundation's infrastructure is stronger than ever. 3 million meals delivered, thousands of kids with backpacks and books, a soccer pitch in her hometown. And this is just what we know about publicly. Here's the thing nobody talks about. While players are fighting over whether they'll get paid enough, Caitlin's building a legacy that transcends paychecks. Not because money doesn't matter, but because she understood something fundamental. Your impact isn't measured by what you earn. It's measured by what you give and how you give it.
Comment section. Let me know y'all thoughts about this, bro. Keep them bells on it. Always remember, man, to give back. Donate to your local food banks, especially right now at a time like this. And until
But wait, there's more to this. Let me tell you something about the psychology of charitable giving that explains why Caitlin's approach is genius. When Hy-Vee asks customers, would you like to round up your purchase, they're leveraging what behavioral economists call microphilanthropy. The amount is so small, maybe 50 cents, maybe $1, that saying yes feels effortless. But when millions of customers say yes to those tiny amounts over 8 months, you get $300,000. That's not Caitlin writing one big check and moving on. That's Caitlin activating an entire community to participate in solving the problem together. And here's the kicker: when those customers see the announcement that their roundups generated 3 million meals, they feel ownership of that impact. They become invested in the foundation's success. They're more likely to donate again, to tell friends, to support Caitlin's initiatives. She's not building a foundation, she's building a movement. And the crazy part is, she's doing this while dealing with the exact same CBA uncertainty as every other WNBA player. Check out how he reacts to this. Don't talk about it, be about it. Put your money where your mouth is. Caitlin just did. That's her brother holding that oversized check for $300,000, and you can see it's not a publicity stunt. This is a family that walks the walk. But here's what that image really represents: Est accountability. When you post the check, when you show the receipts, when you announce the exact number of meals delivered, you're making yourself accountable to the public. Most celebrity foundations operate in shadows. They'll say we donated to charity without specifics. Caitlin's foundation posts exact dollar amounts, exact partnerships, exact outcomes. 3 million meals, not millions of meals. 3 million specifically. That precision matters because it transforms abstract charity into concrete results that people can measure and verify. And if you've ever been skeptical about where celebrity charity money actually goes, this transparency is exactly what builds trust. So here's the bottom line that's emerging. We're watching two completely different responses to the same moment in WNBA history. On one side, you've got a league in crisis, players refusing to negotiate, commissioner offering extensions with 48-hour deadlines, threats of lockouts and shutdowns, facilities closing, a potential lost season, everyone fighting over the size of the pie. And on the other side, you've got Caitlin Clark quietly building something that doesn't depend on the league's stability. Her foundation's success isn't tied to whether the 2026 season happens. It's not contingent on CBA negotiations. It's not vulnerable to lockouts, because she built it on partnerships with grocery stores, relationships with local communities, and a mission that transcends basketball. When someone pauses like that and really thinks about it, you realize this is the difference between reacting to circumstances and creating your own circumstances. The league's instability reveals who built their influence on solid ground versus who built it on sand. Get down in the comments section. Let me know y'all thoughts about this. Get back, donate to your local food banks, especially right now at a time like this. You can literally see the moment when the message shifts from reporting news to calling people to action, and that's the final piece that makes Caitlin's approach revolutionary. She's not asking people to worship her or praise her foundation. She's asking them to get involved themselves. Donate to your local food bank, support your community pantry, do your part. This is classic leadership psychology. The best leaders don't create followers, they create more leaders. By activating her platform to inspire others to give, she's multiplying her impact exponentially. One person donating $300,000 helps a lot of families, but one person inspiring thousands of people to donate to their local communities, that changes entire regions. And this is just the beginning of what we're about to see unfold, because right now we're at this weird inflection point where the WNBA's institutional future is uncertain, but individual players' power is stronger than ever. Caitlin's foundation's success proves you don't need the league's permission or support to build lasting impact. You don't need a CBA agreement to feed families. You don't need commissioner approval to donate soccer pitches. You just need vision, partnerships, and execution. And what's wild is how this positions her for whatever happens next. If the league shuts down for months during negotiations, she's got a foundation that keeps operating. If the season gets canceled, she's got community relationships that keep growing. If the CBA falls apart completely, she's built infrastructure that exists independent of the league. That's not just smart philanthropy, that's strategic career protection. While everyone else is fighting over league resources, she's creating her own resources. The real question becomes, what happens when other players see this model working? Because right now, Caitlyn's foundation is an outlier. Most player foundations are side projects that get attention during the season and go quiet in the off-season. But the Caitlin Clark Foundation is operating like a full-scale nonprofit with strategic partnerships, measurable outcomes, and consistent execution regardless of basketball schedules. If you're a WNBA player watching this CBA drama unfold and seeing how Caitlyn built something that transcends the league's instability, you're probably thinking maybe I should do that too. And if that happens, if more players start building serious foundation infrastructure instead of just personal brands, the entire power dynamic shifts, because suddenly players aren't dependent on the league for their platform or their impact. They've got independent organizations with community support that gives them leverage the league can't touch. That's the future nobody's talking about yet, but it's coming. What happens next is the real story we need to watch. Does the WNBA accept Cathy's 30-day extension, or do we see the first major league shutdown in women's basketball history? Does this CBA negotiation drag into the fall and cost teams their facilities and players their preparation time? And while that drama plays out, does Caitlyn's foundation keep expanding, keep delivering results, keep building the kind of grassroots support that makes her bigger than whatever league she plays in? Because that's the ultimate power move, becoming so valuable to communities outside basketball that basketball becomes just one part of your platform, instead of the entire platform. 3 million meals delivered while the league fights over contracts. That's not just charity, that's a statement about what really matters and who's really leading. Watch what happens when the dust settles and people remember who was feeding families while everyone else was fighting over money.